Hi everyone, let's see how failure can guide us to success through powerful lessons. It's a universal experience that can leave us feeling defeated. But what if we could see it as a beginning? Replace failure with feedback. Shift your perspective. It's how we interpret it that matters. Every mistake holds a lesson. Be open to feedback. Transform failure into growth. Too often, we let the word failure hold us back. It becomes a label, a judgment, a weight on our shoulders. But what if we redefined it? What if we saw it not as the opposite of success, but as a stepping stone? Think of a time you learned something new. Remember the stumbles, the falls. Those weren't failures, those were feedback points. Each one taught you something, helped you adjust. The same principle applies to all areas of life. Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't have to define us. It's all about perspective. See failure as a comma, a pause for reflection and adjustment. Embrace the feedback, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Shifting our perspective on failure takes conscious effort. It's about rewiring our brains to see challenges as opportunities for growth. It's about cultivating a mindset of resilience, where we view setbacks as temporary and surmountable. One powerful tool for this shift is practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Remember that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone experiences setbacks. It's part of the human experience. Instead of beating yourself up, offer yourself the same understanding and support you would offer a close friend. Another key element is embracing a growth mindset. This concept, developed by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes the power of believing in our ability to learn and grow. When we adopt a growth mindset, we see challenges as opportunities to expand our abilities. We believe that with effort and perseverance, we can overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. This belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, propelling us forward, even when faced with adversity. Imagine the sandy shores of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, in the early 1900s. Two brothers, Wilbur and Orville Wright, dream of powered flight. They face skepticism and ridicule. Their early attempts fail, but they see failure as data. Analyzing and adjusting, they try again. In December 1903, their perseverance pays off. The Wright Flyer takes flight, changing history. Now let's shift our focus to the world of music. Imagine a young musician, completely unknown, sending out demo tapes to record labels, only to receive rejection after rejection. The letters pile up, each one a stinging reminder of their perceived lack of talent. For many, this would be the end of the dream. The weight of rejection, the feeling of not being good enough, would be too much to bear. But for some, these rejections become fuel for the fire. They analyze the feedback. However harsh it may seem, they work tirelessly to improve their craft. to hone their skills, to create music that resonates with their soul. They turn the pain of rejection into the power of determination. And then one day a door opens. A record executive hears something special in their music, something raw, something real, something that speaks to the soul. The rejections fade into distant memories as the music takes center stage. The world of literature is filled with stories of authors who faced countless rejections before achieving success. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, now a global phenomenon, was famously rejected by numerous publishers before finding a home. Imagine receiving rejection after rejection, each one questioning your ability to tell a compelling story, to capture the imaginations of readers. It would be easy to internalize those rejections, to let doubt creep in and extinguish the creative spark. But for writers like J.K. Rowling, those rejections became opportunities for growth. They used the feedback, however critical, to refine their manuscripts, to strengthen their characters, to polish their prose until it shone. And when the time was right, when the story had been honed to perfection, it found its audience. The rejections faded into obscurity, replaced by the cheers of millions of readers captivated by the magic of their words. Thus, stories of transformation inspire a revolution, encouraging countless others to persevere and turn their rejections into triumphs. Think about a young child learning to walk. They stumble, they fall, they get back up again and again, undeterred by the countless missteps along the way. They don't see these falls as failures. They see them as necessary steps in the process of learning. Somewhere along the way, we lose that innate ability to embrace mistakes as opportunities for growth. We start to fear failure, to avoid it at all costs, and in doing so, we limit our potential. But what if we could reclaim that childlike wonder, that willingness to stumble and fall as we journey towards our goals? What if we could see our mistakes not as setbacks but as stepping stones? The truth is, mistakes are inevitable. They are an essential part of the learning process. It's how we choose to perceive them, how we choose to respond to them, that makes all the difference. Let's talk about mindset. Our mindset, the way we view ourselves and the world around us, plays a crucial role in how we deal with failure. It can either be our biggest obstacle or our greatest ally. Imagine two athletes, both equally talented, both facing a tough opponent. One athlete has a fixed mindset. They believe their abilities are set in stone, that they either have what it takes to win or they don't. A loss in their eyes is a reflection of their inherent limitations. The other athlete has a growth mindset. They see challenges as opportunities for learning and improvement. They believe that with effort, dedication, and the right strategies, they can overcome any obstacle. A loss to them is not a defeat, but valuable feedback. Who do you think is more likely to bounce back from a setback? Who is more likely to achieve long-term success? The answer is clear: the athlete with a growth mindset. The beauty of the growth mindset is that it's not something we're born with. It's something we can cultivate. It's a conscious choice we make every single day. It's about shifting our internal dialogue, replacing self-doubt with self-belief. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," we can say, "I'm not good at this yet, but I'm willing to learn." Instead of fearing failure, we can embrace it as an opportunity for growth. Think about a time you learned a new skill, whether it was playing an instrument, speaking a new language, or mastering a new sport. Remember the initial struggles, the feeling of being a beginner, the countless mistakes along the way? But with each stumble, each fumble, each imperfect attempt, you learned something valuable. You adjusted your approach, refined your technique, and gradually you improved. This is the growth mindset in action. The shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is a journey, not a destination. It's about recognizing our limiting beliefs, those voices in our heads that tell us we're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. It's about challenging those beliefs, questioning their validity, and replacing them with more empowering thoughts. It's about embracing the unknown, stepping outside our comfort zones, and believing in our capacity for growth. The more we embrace a growth mindset, the more resilient we become. Setbacks, instead of derailing us, become opportunities to learn and grow. We develop a deep-seated belief in our ability to overcome challenges and achieve our goals. This doesn't mean we won't experience disappointment, frustration, or even self-doubt along the way. But it does mean we'll be better equipped to navigate those challenges, to rise above them, and to emerge stronger on the other side. One simple yet powerful word can make all the difference in our mindset. Yet, when we add "yet" to our self-talk, we open up a world of possibilities. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," we can say, "I can't do this yet." It's a subtle shift in language, but it represents a profound shift in mindset. It acknowledges where we are in the present moment while affirming our belief in our ability to grow and learn. The power of "yet" lies in its ability to transform perceived limitations into opportunities for growth. It shifts our focus from what we can do to what we can learn, how we can improve, and the steps we can take to get there. So, the next time you face a challenge, embrace the power of "yet." Remember that every expert was once a beginner, every master was once a student, and every success story is built on a foundation of failures, setbacks, and lessons learned along the way. Let's talk about Oprah Winfrey, a name synonymous with success, with empowerment, with a media empire built on connection and authenticity. But Oprah's journey wasn't without its share of setbacks and challenges. Early in her career, she faced a major setback, being fired from her job as a television news anchor. Imagine the sting of rejection, the blow to her confidence, the uncertainty about the future. But Oprah didn't let this define her. She took the feedback, however painful it may have been at the time, and used it as fuel for growth. She recognized that her true passion lay not in delivering the news but in connecting with people on a deeper level. She channeled her experiences, her empathy, her unique ability to connect into a new venture, The Oprah Winfrey Show. The rest, as they say, is history. A talk show that became a cultural phenomenon, a platform for sharing stories, inspiring millions, and empowering individuals to embrace their own journeys. Now let's step onto the basketball court with Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His name is synonymous with excellence and pushing boundaries. Even with his talent, he faced setbacks. In high school, he was cut from the varsity team. But he didn't let this define him. He used it as fuel, practicing harder. He became a global icon and a true champion. Now let's journey into the world of technology, where innovation and disruption reign supreme. Think about Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, a visionary who revolutionized the way we interact with technology. Steve Jobs' journey was far from a straight line to success. In 1985, he was ousted from the very company he helped create. Imagine the feeling of rejection, the loss of control, the uncertainty about the future. But Steve Jobs didn't let this defeat him. He took the feedback, however bitter it may have tasted at the time, and used it to fuel his next venture. Next, he continued to innovate, to push boundaries, to challenge the status quo. And then, in a remarkable turn of events, Apple acquired Next, bringing Steve Jobs back to the helm of the company he co-founded. He led Apple through a period of unprecedented innovation, introducing groundbreaking products like the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iPad, forever changing the technological landscape. Life is a journey with unexpected twists and turns. We stumble, we fall, but we discover our true strength. Resilience means acknowledging difficulty and rising above it. Like a tree in a storm, we bend but remain rooted. Find that inner strength to overcome any obstacle. The world is full of stories of individuals who have faced unimaginable challenges and emerged stronger. Their stories are testaments to the power of the human spirit and the determination to rise above adversity. Consider Malala Yousafzai, who defied the Taliban for girls' education. Shot at 15, she recovered and became a global icon. Nelson Mandela endured 27 years of imprisonment for his fight against apartheid. He emerged with a message of forgiveness, leading his nation to democracy. These stories remind us that even in the darkest times, there is always hope. There is always the possibility of overcoming even the most daunting challenges. perseverance. It's grit, determination, and an unwavering commitment to our goals. It's the inner drive that propels us forward. Think about a marathon runner. They train for months, enduring aches and pains. During the race, they face fatigue and exhaustion, but they keep going, one step at a time. The journey is long, but the reward is worthwhile. Cultivating your inner resilience. Resilience isn't a magical trait, it's a skill we can strengthen over time. It requires practice, patience, and embracing the journey. Shift your perspective. View challenges as growth opportunities. Build strong support systems. Surround yourself with uplifting people. Practice self-care. Engage in activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. The journey of growth. Reflect on the power within us to transform failure into feedback, setbacks into stepping stones, and emerge stronger. Remember those feelings of disappointment and frustration. These feelings are natural responses to challenges. See them as opportunities for growth, to learn and emerge stronger. With each challenge, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our resilience. Failure. It's a word that carries so much weight, so much fear. But what if we could redefine failure? What if we saw it as an integral part of the journey? Think of a sculptor chipping away at a block of stone. Each strike is essential to the creative process. Failures are necessary steps in our transformation. Embrace your failures. Learn from them. They shape us into the best versions of ourselves. As we conclude our time together today, I want to leave you with an invitation to take the insights we've explored and integrate them into your own life. First, I encourage you to share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Tell me about a time you transformed a failure into a valuable learning experience. How has embracing a growth mindset impacted your life? Second, if you found this message resonating, if it sparked a sense of hope, resilience, or inspiration within you, please consider subscribing to this channel for more content like this. And finally, don't keep this message to yourself. Share it with your friends, family, or anyone who might benefit from embracing the transformative power of feedback and resilience. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. We're all in this together, navigating the ups and downs of life, learning from our experiences and supporting each other along the way. Thank you for joining me today.